fly. And then Jet Propulsion Lab provided hardware for this flight, as well as our European friends, ESA, provided the solar arrays, and they also have some of the instruments on board this satellite. So it's a very large team effort, a very good team effort, and in many ways a forerunner of what we can expect and will need for a space station.
And we're watching the two crew members, Tom Akers on the end of the robot arm now, and Kathy Thornton supporting him as the free-floating crew member, unbolt the 6 bolts on the door, the protective door, to the to access the cavity where the onboard computer is located.
The door stays, so let's back away from the telescope a couple of feet. So, okay, I think you away and go to my right about a foot. Okay, out to your right. That's good for out, now right. Coming open easy. There it is, just like the pictures, KT. Okay, let's go into the telescope claw. Okay. Roll me down a little more. I know we're going to need that when we get to connectors. Okay, I really rolled just that time. I think you be pitching me down, but wrist roll right. Okay. Okay, and you need to go to my right, Claude. Okay, let's stop. Stop now. Okay, come to my right, Claude, please. To your right. Okay. Stop, Claude. Let's look this guy over. Stop. There's P1 and P2, KT. Our handle. I'm going to watch these electric things over here by my left shoulder. Yeah, so Claude, you guys keep an eye on me and don't let me talk you into going over to my left. You see these electric wires? Okay, we see that? Okay. All right. So, I'm going to put four and a half turns on each bolt, Story, but I'm going to be real careful. Make sure that they don't come loose in 4.5 turns. I'm going to set torque at 10, power tool on 3. Power tool on 3. Loose in. Okay, I'm going to go low speed, Story. Start on the upper right. Get my crash bag ready just in case. All right, here we go. Two. 3, I'm going to stop. It's still there. 4, I'm going to stop. It's still there. A half. Okay, it's still attached, Story. 4.5 worked. Good. Okay. Come down to the bottom right. Drop me down just a little, Claude. Okay, see where I'm working. It's just a... Stop. Stop. Okay. Two. 3. 4. Half. All right, we'll get the bottom left door. Okay. One, 2, up a little, Claude, when I move from one corner to the next. Just, okay, doesn't take much adjustment, but okay, up. Okay.
Kyle, while most of the things on the Space Telescope were designed from the beginning to be EVA compatible with doing repairs or changeouts, this particular task was not thought of. What the crew is doing right now is taking some handles off of the computer that do not have captive bolts and washers so that they can put a coprocessor right over the top of that and mount it in the place of those handles.
We do it in the water and start on the lower right, okay? So down a little bit, bounce up, really comfortable here. Down, down. Okay, right 6 inches, stop down, up. Right 6, right 6. Okay, stop, stop. In 6 inches, and I would do that with pitch me in, okay? Okay, I'll get you down. Stop. Okay, right 6 inches again, right 6. Okay, the washers do come loose. Put in behind them. Okay, in the hand. Okay, hairpin is on. Hey, we'll get my little mini power tool out here. Crash bag is ready. Set the brake on my retractable. Okay, I'm going to go boosting. I use the power mode, but on. 4. There's 1 turn. Two more turns. Boost. 6.5 turns, Story. There's a good data point. Hairpin held the bolt. It starts to screw through the hairpin a little. Pull back a little tighter when I first start, but it's holding it. That ought to be okay. Like that. AKT, I'm ready for another hairpin, I think. One away, Story. All right. I'm going to tether to the handle now, too. Thank you, lady.
One of the two handles on the computer has been removed by Tom Akers now, and he's in the process of tethering that safely to the manipulator foot restraint that he is standing on.
Up 6 inches, Claude. Up 6. Okay, let's tether to this guy. Like a big hook or a little hook on that, KT? Like that. Okay. Okay. Little hook on it. Brake it set. Not going to pull off of there. Little more. That.
Tom, you'll be talking to Sox now for arm trotting for a while.
Hello, Sox.
Hello, Tom.
Guys eating all my food in there?
Well, let's go on board now. Let's get some now.
Okay. Yeah, and Story, I'm just with the power, mini power tool, I'm just using it as a manual wrench, not powering it. It would zip them right off of there.
Oh. Got a 2-inch on it?
Yeah. Okay. Total. There, it's loose. Very careful. Arms moving, KT, or amazing what moving does to that, isn't it? I'm okay now. Okay. Get this one put away, and then we'll work on the handle. 2 for 2, store. The trash bag. That's the base settle. Angle here. KT. Okay, you got that. I'll get this. Have it. One handle off, store. Okay. Hey, Claude, let's come to my left about 6 inches, please.
Okay, Tom, I'll take you out.
I'm sorry, Sock.
Okay. Co-processor's not near wet pink, is it?
It's got a foot of clearance, but we ought to keep an eye on it there, KT.
I'm watching.
Okay. Don't think it can get farther than that, but you might.
There's this handle.
Help you with that.
I'm okay now.
Got it? It's not fun back there.
Gotta get over here, get back to the hair.
Watch coprocessor underneath. I think it's okay. 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 I'm on it. Okay, I got it. Okay. Socks, let's see. Bring me left about 4 inches, please.
Okay, left 4.
That's good. Stop. Now stop and pitch me down a little bit to the telescope.
Okay, pitch.
Okay. Coming. Stopping. Okay, bring me straight into the telescope then about 6 inches. We got lots of foot clearance now. Okay. Stop. Stop. Okay.
You're watching the coprocessor?
Yep. Coprocessor's 2 feet now. We're in good shape, store. It's not going anywhere.
I won't worry anymore.
No, keep an eye on it. Keep asking.
But I can't tell from here.
Yeah, no, it's got 2 feet of clearance now. Okay. All right. That, and that. Okay. Let the hold still a minute, KT, okay? All right. Okay. Doc, can you bring me into the telescope about 6 inches, please? Sure, 6 1. You don't have any wrist, jaw, or anything to, in other words, to bring me in without bringing coprocessor closer, do you?
Yeah, I can give you a little yaw.
Yeah, let's bring the right wrist jaw, and that'll keep coprocessor farther away. I'll be fine. still need to come into the telescope more. That's helping now. That's helping, socks. Okay, stop. Now bring me to my left 6 inches.
Okay.
Okay, stop.
Stop a nut.
Okay. Bring me up a little and pitch me in some more. Just, I'm not getting in for some reason.
Okay, up and a little pitch.
Keep pitching me till I say stop, please. Pitching. Now stop, stop. I'm going away. Bring me left 6 inches. Very good. That's good. Stop, socks. Now I'm in close enough. Thanks.
Sure.
Okay, starting up high. 1 turn. Okay, it's loose. 6.5 turns on all of them still. Okay, the ends are working great.
Hope it goes as well tomorrow.
It will. There's too much work on this knot for it to go right. Okay. Rid of these guys, aren't we? Okay.
Got it.
Okay. Thank you. Okay, socks. Let me tether to this guy. Let's come down a foot.
Down 1 foot.
Yeah. And story, we still got clearance on the KTUC coprocessor there, right?
Yeah, it's clear.
All right. Okay. Looking good, sock. Right there. Stop. Stop it. Okay.
Maybe y'all can do without the light a little while.
I imagine, but let me get this one other bolt story. That really helps.
Okay.
After that, I won't need it. Okay, starting on number 1. Ooh. Happens when you get comfortable, huh, KT? There. Brake set on this guy. Okay. Starting on 1. Turns and it came loose. So, okay. The handle. Power tool. Okay, 4 out of 4 in the trash bag closed. Break off of that retractable so it doesn't get tangled. Comes a handle KT. his work paid off.
I'm sure he's listening.
And we will pass that along, Tom.
Got it. Okay, tractable's all put up. Done with the power tool. Any power tool, I'm going to turn around and get rid of it, KT. I don't have any more on me than I have to. Well, no, I was going to take it in when I was done, so I'll live with it. Get some
I'd like to stick this last hairpin.
Pardon?
I'd like to stick this last hairpin in your trash bag.
I'd love to do that.
Like for you to do that.
Say 5 out of 5 then, right? A good idea, KT. There you go. Hey, what are we going to do with these handles?
Take care of those. The process right there.
Pardon?
I'll take care of those. I'll get them tied
Okay.
down.
All right. Why don't we let's yaw this puppy around? It won't. I got to come all the way forward, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll go back to 180 and 135, right?
I can't come over here though with it.
No, that's right. We are at 180. Now you gotta go around the front.
Okay. I think I'd rather do that. Let's back up, Claude, and back about 8 feet away. Cause I'm going to have to get in closer to work on connectors, and I don't want this stanchion this close. Let's back straight away from the telescope sock. And okay, backing up.
This is how I get off of here.
Pardon?
Like, hang down on the striker bar so I don't have to go around with it.
Okay.
So tethered.
Okay, that ought to be good. Stop. Stop there. Stop it. You can holler when you want to, KT. Oh.
Hey, Tom, I'm clear.
Okay. Back here. See if I can bend over for this. I'm going to have to come with it. Let's see. What's this going to do to my safety tether?
Hey,
KT?
if you can look at this umbilical on the PRT,
Say what?
umbilical on the PRT and around my power tools.
Okay. Yeah, let me back up.
No, just, can you,
Yeah.
just stay there. Look over there.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. Oh, there you got it. There you go around.
Okie doke. Let's see though. I want to watch my safety tether.
Oh, that's going to wrap mine up too.
Well,
Wait a second. Wait a second. That won't. There you go.
I'm going to yaw with this. There it goes. Now when I get right here, KT, I'm going
I'm going to wrap my
to go
safety
through
tether.
it. Think I am?
Hang on a second.
Okay. Let's see. I think it's worth doing this story to... let's back away some more socks, please. Backing away.
Okay, so I'm going to find the striker bar before you go anywhere else.
All right.
Oh, we got to reach.
All right, to get my old coprocessor over here. Try to get my safety tether. Come over here, KT. How you doing?
Just hang on a second.
All right, I will.
We're past Sykes' hometown.
Are we? we really? Yeah. Great.
You can see it kind of like you can see eminence.
That was good enough for me.
Bedford, Indiana.
Okay.
Sound clear.
Great. I've got my safety tether over here.
While Tom Akers and Kathy Thornton continue operations with the coprocessor, crew up on the flight deck noticing, trying to take photos and referencing Ken Bowersox's hometown. He considers Bedford, Indiana to be his hometown as Endeavour makes its way across the Gulf of Mexico, approaching the western coast of Florida. At the altitude that Endeavour is located at about 320 nautical miles, the crew is able to see as much as 700 to 1,000 miles in most directions from the flight deck windows.
What those retractables do, Story?
Holy moly.
They hold it, though. They'll hold it. Okay, now, safety, talk to me about my position. How much farther have I got to come? More?
That'll be 180. That'll be right behind you. You need to come one more click.
Okay. That it?
Only one more.
Okay.
It'll be directly behind you.
Back to this guy. It's hard to do this slow. Bend over. Looks for a short person. Okay, now I'm happier. Full processors on that corner now. I'll yaw back around.
Tom Akers and Kathy Thornton are in the process of placing the new coprocessor on top of the flight computer of the telescope.
See, there's my MFR. There's you. There's my safety tether. Okay, ready to go back to work, Sox?
Hey, me too.
Okay.
I'll start you in. Vector me where you want me.
Straight in.
Once they get the coprocessor mounted on top of the computer, they'll reinstall the bolts and electrical connections, verifying those are bolted down properly before electrical commands are sent from the ground to verify the electrical path is in good shape.
Hey, I want to get back here behind you, so when you come in, I won't be poking something.
Good. Okay, I've got one retractable off. I'm going to get one of mine on it. I really like these retractables. Pardon? Okay, Sauce, let's come my left about 5 feet. Before you come in anymore. All right. They don't come any closer. Okay. Okay, I'm tethering to it. I'm going to check. Okay, stop sign. Stopping. Okay. I'm going to check that this guide bolt is indeed clear. Did a great job, KT. I don't see it sticking through. Okay, Sock, let's see here now.
Y'all got time to look for it? The Aurora, the whole hand, U.S.
Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Great. There's Florida. The East Coast. Thanks, sir.
Okay.
Okay. I don't think so. Maybe.
I saw it.
Yeah, you see, can I see New Orleans down here? I don't know. Right on the horizon if it's there. Okay, Sox, would you pitch me, pitch me up a little bit. I think, okay, a little bit. Okay, that's good. And yaw me left. holding like this, I need to yaw left and come left, I think. So I need to come left about 3 feet. That's good on yaw. Come left 3 feet. Coming left. Bolt is here. I'm going to make good contact when we first touch it.
I'm sure it'll be
Okay, about another 6 inches soft.
another 6.
I'm going to feed KT. Should I pitch a little more? Probably should pitch in there. Now let's do any more.
A foot or so.
Yeah, let's stop socks. Stop it. And don't want my feet any closer. Chin in, pitch down. Probably bring me up as you. Okay, stop. Okay, KT, put it on here. I made good contact, Story. Okay. This one here has about, inch and a half or more of clay sideways on here. Okay, good thing. Okay, if I line the hole up there, I can see that hole. That's good. Okay. Docks. Let's see, KT. This one. Let's come up about a foot soft. Up one. There comes. Okay, sitting on here. Good. Okay, come on up another foot, I guess, Sox. It's going to take. You're doing good. Just keep coming up. Okay. Got lots of clearance. How's my head, KT?
Oh, real quick.
Okay. Okay. Now pitch. Keep coming up, Sox. Another 6 inches.
Sunrise coming, KT.
Hey, I can hear y'all again.
Okay, stop. Stopping. Okay, pitch me in till I say stop.
At the sunrise, KT.
Yeah, that's it, Story.
Pitching, keep pitching. It's coming. It's coming. Keep it coming, Sox. Coming. Okay, stop, Sox. Now bring me up. Going up till I say stop. Oh, yeah, probably less than a foot. All right. Coming up. Coming up. Okay, stop. Stopping. Let's try it right here. Okay. I think I ought to set my brake, KT. That's a problem here. Reminded me of being in the water. Okay, I'm going to go guys down here. Okay. All right, I'm going to start with P1 Story. I'm going to make sure I don't touch pins to pin. How it works here.
Backpack's right at the top of the cavity.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you just don't go up anymore.
Okay, thanks.
Hey, don't go there.
So, I'm not going. Emma? Okay,
Yeah.
Sox, drop me a little bit then. Okay, bring you down. Okay, I'll get my lights off.
I don't think you'd hurt anything if you touch.
Okay, well, I may have to get there to get these connectors. We'll see. Try to. Okay, stop. and then yeah, bring me into the telescope then.
Okay.
6 inches.
Coming in.
Stop, okay? I think I can work here. Okay, I'm going to take P1 loose. I'm going to hang on to it so it doesn't go away.
This is Mission Control Houston. Here in the flight control room during this flight, the handover to the next shift of flight controllers is beginning. However, for the 5 spacewalking days, the lead flight director, Milt Heflin, is primarily handling activities associated with the spacewalk, while the flight directors for the orbit shifts are watching over orbiter systems and working any issues that need to be addressed outside of the spacewalking tasks. So Bob Castle, flight director, will be handing over shortly to oncoming flight director Jeff Bantle. Several of the flight control positions will primarily stay the same throughout the spacewalks. That includes the extravehicular activity officer console, as well as the spacecraft communicator console. That's Greg Harbaugh, who is doing most of the communications with the crew aboard Endeavour.
I'll make it sideways. I've got clearance here. Okay. Next will be 2. Actually, let me make P1 to the telescope first. Or I guess it's... Yeah, P1A.
Inco.
Going in the socket. Okay, the key. At the top. Hard to see. Oh. Okay, P1A hooked to P1. Telescope store. Okay, now I'll work on 2. How's your cooling back there, KT? I'll fill it there. Okay, got P2 off. It has sockets, not pins. A2A has pins. Okay, good. Towards me. Okay, A2A hooked to P1. Velcro it down. Now I've got 1 to make for the telescope. Better it to the top. Sir, bring me left sock 6 inches, please. Coming left 6. Stop. That'll do it. That's just reflect.
I heard that.
Hey, KT,
Yeah?
you got a minute?
Yeah?
On the outside of the door, at top and bottom, there are circular structures, and it looks like there are lights on.
Well, they look to me like it's probably bolts coming through that have some sort of coating on them to keep... Not lights, but there's a brown kind of nub on the end of it. Know what you're talking about?
Yeah, they're shining like lights, does it? Yes, but you're...
No, they're not lights. They're not on.
Okay, Story, I got all the connections made up here.
Okay.
That's, try to Velcro these to provide myself as much clearance back here when the box goes on as possible.
Are P1 and P2 two little wires?
Yep, I got them all done. Everything hooked up. P1A to P1 on the telescope. P2A to P2 on the telescope. P1 to J1A back at the coprocessor. P2A to J2A back at the coprocessor. I'm sorry, P2 to J2A at the coprocessor. Okay? Did that sound right, or you want me to repeat? Yeah.
No, you can't miss.
Okay. Too many P1s and P2s here. They only go one way. We know that. Okay, KT, that's done. Okay, Sox, let's drop down. We're going to tighten the bolts on here.
Okay, I'll take it down 1 foot.
That's a good guess. Well, that second one was tough there. I think it's my position. Getting in there. I want to double check all those wires. None of the wires they're all looking good, Story. All the connections look good. Pins. Okay, stop. Okay, let's see if we can start this guide stuff here.
Never Houston, for your info, message 47 Alpha is on board. You might take a look at that at your convenience, and we'll plan on talking to you about it after the EVA.
Okay. Socks, bring me right 6 inches socks and up 6, please.
Okay, back 6 and up 6 is what I think you said.
No, right 6 and up 6.
Right 6 and up 6. Here we go.
I don't use back, I hope. If I do, you holler at me.
Okay.
Right 6. Up 6. That's good for right. Up 6. Good, stop. Great job. Right, screw will start. Hey, Story?
Yes?
There was 42 turns it took to get this guide stud out. I counted them. Believe me?
No. That's twice as many.
Felt like 42. story. Doesn't want to start, kind of like it starts and crooked and gets tight like it may be the wrong threads, but I know that's not the case, so I'll just keep working on it. There. So put it in straight, Tom, it'll go in. Okay, got it started, Story. Got the turns on it. I can untether from it now, KT. Undo my brake. Okay. Power tool, Story. Remind me of the torque here. Is it 10 or? Stand by one. Did we change it? On 3 and 10 right now. I think that's correct. Okay. Leave it on low speed to get them started. I'm going to go, let's drop down a foot back and I'll start lower left, do a diagonal. Straight down 1 foot on this.
Deborah Houston for Story.
All right. Say it, Greg.
Just want to verify that Tom routed the tether for the bolt under the handle for the late change.
No, Greg, I looked at that, and it's actually on the other side, but it's more clear, the envelope. If I went under, it stuck out to the right. I can do that if you want me to. It's easy to do once I get these bolts made.
That's a real-time change, Greg?
No, well, they talked to us about that Story, about it the last. I forgot it.
We copy that, Tom, and let us talk about it just a second.
Hey, Greg,
Go ahead.
let's have the envelope that you want it clear of, and we'll do that.
Yeah, we can look here and really see what to do with it, I think. I looked at it and okay, I'm just starting each of them a couple of turn stories. Make sure I'm lined up. They're all starting. But we looked at it in pictures, Greg, and looked like it was going to be clear this way, but we'll... Well, look, KT, the way it comes up high, ought to keep it as low as possible.
Huh? I don't know. Wait and see what envelope we're supposed to keep it clear of.
Okay. Okay, Story, all bolts are started 2 turns. I'm going to do the 3, not the guide screw, till I hear from Houston. Then we'll evaluate and pass on what we think about the tether.
And Tom, we will trust your assessment there. We're just concerned about making sure you have adequate clearance when you close the door, that's all.
Roger, Greg. Thanks for that, and we'll do it. Okay, 2 turns already on there. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 and a half. Upper left. I won't torque it. I'm going to do a cross pattern. Lower right. 3, 4, 5, 7. Tight. Looks like I'm getting 8 on all of these stories. 3, 4, 5. Okay, torque that one down. Lower left is torque limiter pop, a little over 8 turns. torque limiter popped. Upper left.
Tom Akers, riding on the end of the robot arm, is now in the process of bolting down the coprocessor to the onboard flight computer.
We can't do that. Never mind. We didn't bring our cutters, did we, KT? Okay. Let's look at it. Once we get our connectors, let's keep working. I really think, though, KT, looking at it,
I don't remember what.
best thing we can do is come down here, keep it below the bolt. You know? Yeah. Let's go up socks, and I'll. So Houston, we're going to take the guide bit out and route it under the handle the other way. I don't think it's going to be a problem either way, but if there would be any interference.
Tom, you are the man on the scene. You make the judgment.
All right, well, I'm going to put it down under the handle the way Sue and Jim told us before we left. Okay, got it restarted. That's a lot better, KT. See? Yep. See you, store? Yeah. All right. How many turns you say this thing really takes? I've probably got 2 on it now by hand. 20-some?
That's what I thought, 22.
A bunch. Okay, we'll count them. 2 on there now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the torque limiter popped. Can't believe that. Oh, I know. It only goes so far into the box, Story. You know, it's not really. It's got this grommet thing. No, it's tight. I guess that's it.
Okay.
Okay. All right, all 4 bolts down and tight. Now we got connectors to do. P8 and P9. Flashback time. Little tether time. Okay, socks, let's come in about 6 inches, I guess. 256. Say again, Store? Okay, let's... Okay, it's looking good, socks. Keep coming. Stop.
Stopping.
Okay. There's that one. There's that one. Okay. Very careful with it. On off of rate. Coming off of 9. My trash bag. Okay, 2 caps in the trash bag, Store. Good. Okay. P9 goes in the back. We'll put it on first. Okay, socks, I may have to really tweak my position here. Let's see if I can get these caps off back here.
Okay, whatever you need, Tom.
Okay, we'll try to get P8 off first here. Oh, Story.
Yes?
You wouldn't believe how easy these come off. We're talking little finger.
I had the faith, you know.
Yeah, but you made us bring a connector tool.
That was not I, sir.
P9. Let's see, looking at pin story. P9's pins all look very good. If I can get it to go on back here.
Hey, this is a much better rotation. We can look right over your shoulder here.
Good.
Otherwise it'd be backpack.
Tom Akers has completed the bolting of the coprocessor to the computer, and he's in the process of making the final connections.
Okay.
He was referencing how easy it was to remove the caps and prepare to make the final connections.
You're in still, KT?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Great. Little caps float up right in the way.
I'm hearing everybody right now, temporarily.
Great. Little alignment rings float story, you know, the outer.
Yeah, it's OG.
They're not that much help.
Saying we need a touch of friction in the collar.
Okay. Yep, they did. Really. Otherwise, this would be simple.
Endeavor Houston for Story.
Go ahead, Craig.
Story, it looks like Tom has the coprocessor well in hand. We're thinking, in the interest of optimizing the time left, that we'd like KT to start on the MLI removal, if that's all right with them.
I'm going to be off of here in 5 minutes, Greg. I just finished P8 and P9, and I'm done, so. Sorry?
Oh, that'll be fine. If you want to just do it, finish it up, that'll be fine, too.
We were going to swap back. Story P8 is on. It's double-checked tight. All 4 bolts. I think it's all ready for KT to close out the bay.
And you did Velcro the harness up above.
It's Velcroed, and I Velcroed it where there's nothing binding. Let's go up one time and look socks. That'll fit. I'll take you up. I want to double-check those little wires. Up 2 feet. Okay, KT, I'm going to have to get my waist tether back, okay? Officer, tell me
How are you going to get down from here?
I can go down telescope in some ways, or any handholds.
Pretty exciting, so yeah.
I have to get socks to drop me down to a handhold and get off. Down. No. Bring me up, socks.
Turn Houston for payloads.
Go ahead, Story.
We've been catching all this over Tom's shoulder. You still want some end effector video?
Stand by and I'll check.
Okay. It all looks good, KT. It's all Velcroed down. Okay, I'm happy, Story.
Endeavor Houston for Story.
Bring me out. Bring you out and down. Out and down.
Go ahead, Greg.
Story, we would like to get that end effector video if at all possible.
Okay.
Okay, Story, it all looks good to me, but KT will look it over again.
Okay, and we will get end effector video.
Drop me down right here, Socks. Stop right here and drop me. I'm going to eyeball those handles underneath these wires. Okay, here you go. Straight down. KT, you can look at it when you close it too, right? It's going to be close. Wires are going to be close to the top of the handles. I can't tell. Okay, you drop me straight down, Socks, to the bottom handrail down here. You're going to get off, Tom? Yeah, we're going to trade off here. Okay. Yeah, even if KT had gone to do MLI, we'd have had to drop down to get off. So this is okay. Okay, KT, turn around to you. How do you want your MFR?
Let's just face the stage until I get in.
Okay. Solid. Let's see. I don't know whether to unload some of this stuff.
Tom Akers and Kathy Thornton have completed the installation of the coprocessor on top of the onboard computer of the telescope. Again, the coprocessor is designed to increase the memory capacity of the computer as well as provide some additional computational capability at a faster rate than is currently possible.
You got your scissors, Tom, a trash bag?
I've got to get all that out of the airlock story, so.
Okay.
When I get there, I'll ask you to remind me of everything.
Got it?
No. I'm sorry. Wait. Getting the deer. Here.
Let the other one go. Let the antenna go.
Pardon? I'm trying to get it off. I can put this one on.
The two crew members are now about 5 hours and 23 minutes into the spacewalk. The additional EVA task for the crew today will be to use some of the scissors they have to cut some multi-layer insulation away from the wide field and planetary camera protective enclosure, one of its latch covers.
Roll you down. That'd be great.
They will take that insulation into the middeck at the conclusion of the spacewalk, and they will fashion some new covers for the telescope's old magnetometers that were bypassed yesterday during the third spacewalk.
Go ahead.
You're about ready to bring up the DF-224, aren't you? You've been following us.
Okay, Doc.
We're waiting on your go.
Okay. Okay, bring me inboard.
All we got to do is close the door and do J-bolts. Got to go from us.
Okay, sorry. We'll get it and work as soon as we can.
Okay. Thanks for the ride, Claude. Doc. Sure thing. Okay, hang on a sec, KT. I'm getting myself under control here. Okay. Okay. Let's see, Story. Yeah, I'm going to be back here getting MLI off. Thinking about P101, but do it later.
Denver Houston Story, just for your info, the stock is having some data problems, so it may be a little while before we can start the DF checkout.
Okay.
We'll keep you posted.
Hey, KT, I'll hold still right here while you get in.
Okay, thanks.
The plan for the rest of the day, again, is to bring in some insulation that the two crew members will cut off of one of the latch covers on the wide field and planetary camera protective enclosure, and they'll bring that inside with them at the conclusion of today's spacewalk. That insulation will be fashioned to fit over the old magnetometers at the top of the telescope that were bypassed yesterday during the third spacewalk. These new covers will be installed at the conclusion of the fifth spacewalk tomorrow by Story Musgrave and Jeff Hoffman, using some wire ties or some tape if that's necessary. The idea is that these new covers will protect the old magnetometers, especially magnetometer number 2, which has an exposed housing, or the foam from that around that sensor on magnetometer 2, making sure that it's not exposed to the atomic oxygen or ultraviolet rays. This is primarily a precaution to prevent the foam from gradually disintegrating over a over a period of time that could possibly become a contamination concern to the telescope's optics. But as a precaution, the crew members will perform this task for both of the old magnetometers at the top of the telescope. Again, that's scheduled to be done at the end of the spacewalk tomorrow, but some insulation is required to be prepared for that, and so these two crew members will do that now before they come inside. The spacewalk now approaching 5.5 hours in duration. The words passed on to the crew a minute ago from Greg Harbaugh relating to the commanding from the Space Telescope Operations Control Center to the new coprocessor and the flight computer on the telescope. They've been getting some minor data dropouts, and the ground controllers, the flight controllers here in Mission Control are looking at what's possibly causing that before they begin their aliveness test, as it's called. That's a test to verify the electrical signals are reaching the new computer.
Thank you.
I'm going to go course rate.
Endeavour Houston, to help our data troubleshooting in the stock, please take the PDIP switch off.
Say again that switch.
I'll stand by one.
And the digital camera rate switch is off, Greg. Okay, story. Dropped off. I'm going to drop off this trash bag story. I think I'll go to the PSA and get the other trash bag, because this one's got quite a bit in it.
Okay. Can you think of any other way of patching MLI?
No, I can't, store. I hadn't even thought of that out there. You know, we were talking and couldn't think of any. Well, you know, we talked about maybe while I'm doing this and KT gets done, she might want to go up and look at those sensors and get a feel for how we might put an MLI around it. And then
I'm just thinking real time here. Instead of folding up all that MLI and stuffing it.
Oh, that's right, Story. I'm sorry. I'm not for the little things I cut. Yeah.
Endeavour is moved out of range of our communication satellite signal. We'll reacquire the signal in about 2 minutes or so. The crew members are just completing the task of installing a coprocessor on the telescope's onboard computer. Kathy Thornton and Tom Akers have now swapped places. She's back on the robot arm, and she was being maneuvered back up to the Bay 1 location to close out that door. There are 6 bolts on that door and latches that need to be secured. And as she's doing that, Tom Akers is in the process of going and retrieving some insulation from the wide field and planetary camera protective enclosure latch to bring that back inside at the end of the spacewalk. At least that's the current plan that the 2 crew members will do before coming back inside. The spacewalk for the 2 astronauts, Kathy Thornton and Tom Akers, has just passed through 5.5 hours in duration. All tasks, primary tasks for the day have been completed. The corrective optics package called COSTAR, which stands for Corrective Optics Space Telescope Axial Replacement, has been completed. COSTAR is now in the location that the high-speed photometer was in for the last 3.5 years. The high-speed photometer is now in the protective enclosure secured in the payload bay and ready for the trip home. The COSTAR instrument has been verified to be in good shape by the ground. The Space Telescope Operations Control Center, which sent electrical connections or commands to make sure those connections were in good shape. And they are standing by to perform the same aliveness test, as it's called, on the new coprocessor mounted atop the onboard computer.
You'll just need scissors, 2 tether hooks, which you already got, and the trash bag that you got and probably won't use.
Okay, and I think cutters, right?
Scissors,
Oh, just scissors?
That's what the procedure calls for.
Okay. Alrighty.
Endeavour Houston with you on the west.
Okay. Greg, reading the procedure, I can't see the requirement for any trash bags for the MLI. I'm going to have one on him. There's not a whole bunch of them. It's got hairpins in it.
And caps.
Let us take a look at it, Story. And Story, while we're looking at that procedure, that's message 46 Alpha, you can delete steps 13 and 14.
Okay, just do the app fixture then.
Yes, sir, we're trying to make it as easy on you as we can. And we think that the app fixture will provide sufficient MLI.
don't need the trash bag, right, Story? For sure, because it's got a tether point.
All of them should have a tether point. But a tiny hole in the corner with scissors, you can put a hook through it, I think.
Yeah, I think there was a tether point on the daylight stuff.
Those two do, yes.
So, I'm going to leave my trash bag then. I still got to get an Essex wrench. I need a bayonet opening. There. Okay, Story. I dropped off the mini power tool and the trash bag. And I picked up the scissors, put them in the French hook caddy that has Velcro. And what took so long is because we only have one caddy has Velcro in it. Hold anything in, which I was using. Okay, Story, so I'm headed to the aft fixture. Is that correct?
You could, but you can do the outside forward surface first if you want.
Oh, I misunderstood. I thought they said they only wanted the aft fixture.
The one they deleted was the forward fixture.
Okay, I'm with you. I understand now. Okay, I've got tethers.
Denver, Houston, we verify no trash bag required.
Okay, good. Safety tether. Leave me in a box, please. Okay, Story. Here I am. Gonna tether to this. Stop it. There's a big hook. On a support. Gotta watch the wires as I close it.
around each washer post to free the MLI.
Okay.
Evade the Velcro and open the cover.
This will be right here.
Okay.
Endeavor Houston for story.
Oh, move me here just a little bit.
Okay. You happy with your attitude? I can give you some pitch if you want.
I think it's okay.
Okay.
Endeavor Houston for story.
Good. Think we lost comm with you for a while?
Got it.
Yeah, story. Evidently, we're climbing up off the nose. We've had a misunderstanding. My fault down here. We would like you to go ahead and retrieve both MLI blankets from both of the portable handholds if you have time. I apologize for the mistake.
After you open the cover, Tom, you cut the two ground straps.
Okay, thanks, Store.
Hey, Fox, to my left.
Okay, left.
And they're in towards the telescope.
Okay.
Right there.
Up.
Hey, Greg, I'm going to go to that bolt over there. Looks like I need to come out just a little bit. This is my right.
I see you're back with us. Go ahead, Greg.
Come out some more.
Out a little more.
Yeah, a little more. Out there.
Okay.
Okay, Story. Starboard one is off. Tethered to it.
Okay. Forward next.
Okay, roger. And then, maybe they want me to do the forward while I'm there? Is that what you think there?
They deleted the forward.
I wonder if they're changing their mind. Wasn't Greg saying something about a misunderstanding when he dropped out?
Yeah, he was trying, but comms was dropping out.
Fox, up about 3 feet.
Up 3.
Endeavor Houston, the bottom line is we would like you to go ahead and retrieve the MLI from both handholds if you can, if you have time.
That was great.
Okay.
Over. 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 left about a foot.
Up 1, left 1.
Copy out.
Okay, story, tether to that.
I'm into the telescope, but
See?
stop.
Okay.
Okay, Fox, the last one. To my left about 2.
All right.
And in toward the telescope, but. Coming. Stop.
Stopping.
Hey, I guess I need to go up a little.
Okay.
I'll be right. Okay, story, 6 cables, close out. 14.
Got them all, KT?
Got them all.
Okay.
Guess I need to go to lope and stay these handles and close the lope out, right?
Right.
That sound.
Okay, I'll bring it.
To the lope.
Here you go. AT, you want to pick up that DOB cover?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Go by.
Yeah.
Okay, story. The port one's off the A latch.
Okay, when you get in front of the end holes, I'll read to you.
Okay. And I'm going to be right in front of the forward one here.
Yes, sir, the inboard side.
Yeah, I'm right there. As luck would have it. Get me another tether. Yeah.
I need to go aft about 2 feet, please.
Okay, ready for me to read to you?
Not yet. Let me get a big tether on it.
Go ahead, story.
Thanks, Greg.
And inboard about 6 inches, please.
You may want to use 2 hands at a time.
Okay. Yeah, I want you to read it to me once I get tethered to it here.
Yeah.
Okay. Can't remember things I've memorized for a year. Story. Most something that happened this morning. Okay, I've got a big tether on it.
Okay.
wires to cut, don't I?
First thing is to peel it back, start at the edge away from the ground strap. It's attached by two-sided acrylic transfer adhesive, and avoid contact with that if you can.
Okay. And I peel down from the ground strap.
Starting with the surface away from the ground strap cutout.
Okay, so I got to start down here and peel up on this one. Front. Yep. Okay, I found one ground wire. Still, I think it'll be easier for me to cut this one ground wire before I peel up.
Okay?
And I cut it as close to the MLI as possible. Is that right? That was the other one. I cut them as close to the R side as I could.
Actually, moving inboard about 3 inches free.
Yeah.
Does it matter on this one?
Stop.
Stopping.
Thank you. As close as possible to the blanket attach points.
Okay. Close as possible. Okay, I'll just leave it neat so nothing's sticking out. That's the idea. It's taped down.
You're going to tether to the A-latch opening.
Yes. Yes, I've done that. Okay, so that one's cut. Now I'll start peeling up. I peel up from away from the ground strap, so that's from the starting with the A-latch hole in. Agree? Wait. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay.
Moving forward about 6 inches back, please.
Peeling off real easy, Story. It's kind of like glue. And I'm to avoid touching the glue stuff. My best.
Stop.
Stopping. Peeling off real easy, Story. I am tethered to it. I've cut the ground strap next to me, so it ought to come loose pretty easy.
It came right off.
Yep, I've got this one ground strap down here now to cut. Now I'll cut it as close to the... I think, ask them if the understanding is, I've been cutting like at the R side to not leave wires dangling on the orbiter. I'm bringing in as much wire as I can on the MLI. Is that the idea? Think? Since it's a cut wire, it doesn't matter. The length, I think.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Where do I store these handles? They don't come floating out.
Well, Jeff thought you could put them back inboard, back where the P8, P9 came in those pockets. I mean, in the water it worked good, but I don't know about zero G.
Well, Justin, I'm going to bring them.
Okie doke. Then bring them in. They have to get back in there.
Hey, socks after a little bit.
Hey, Dory, I'm going to cut them as close to the attach point on the MLI as I can. That's the instructions, right? Yes, sir. All right, that's what I'm doing. Okay, that's completely off, Story. Okay? Pretty easy job.
Yeah, I was watching you.
I think I'm going to give some of this to KT.
Right.
As I go by. That's if you think that's all right. So I don't have to drag it around in my face.
Put that forward, socks, please.
Okay.
Stop there.
Stop. Okay. Untethered. Don't have any room there on your brain, KT?
Oh, I got tethers.
Okay. trench still to get story when I go back to the aft fixture.
Yeah.
And I've got a bayonet placed for it. And I need to check the P101 while I'm back there, huh? You think?
That'd be good. With the KT, you still got your visor down.
Oh, thank you. That helps immensely.
I probably do too, do I?
Can't see you.
Oh, you're okay.
Can I help you any here? Or holding down?
Maybe ask a little bit, Chuck.
I'm using it for a handhold for a second, KT.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I'm up here behind you now, stealing some tethers.
Inboard about 3 inches, please.
Okay.
7. Stop. Got it.
Okay. Tether point to tether point. Lots of holes in this for tether store. One at every corner. Hey, KT, you got a big gold blanket back here behind you on a retractable. Hey, KT, I'm passing you back the quad.
Okay, thanks, Doc.
Sure.
Drive it.
Join it. Okay. Got that one off. I can get rid of these. Okay, you got 3 pieces of MLI, KT.
All right. Hey, I picked up the DOB cover.
Thank you. Well, I think I can get that MLI in my Essex wrench. Bring them in. Okay, I'm going to slide under your KT.
All right.
Yeah. Would you go up a little?
Yeah. Doc, should Clyde take your seat?
Okay, I think you got it.
Recorder or something?
I gotta come down through here. How's my safety tether store? It's go behind me there.
Up a little bit more, Clyde.
It's got about
That's clear. Remember.
5 feet of loose loop.
Okay.
But it's okay.
All right, thank you. It does that now and then. Doesn't wrap around my head.
Okay, now we can come about a foot forward.
Foot
Where
forward.
now, Tom? Wait a minute, Clark.
I'm going down. Trying to go down.
And now foot forward.
Foot forward.
First off forward, take me about 6 inches upward.
Okay, forward 6 inches.
Up and down about 6 inches.
Okay, take it down.
Stop.
Good water.
Hey, at the starboard about 2 feet, please.
Stop it.
Turn. Turn. Stop.
Stop. Hey, Storer, I think I'll go look at P101 before I get that MLI in my face, if it's all right. That's great. Where's it at today?
It's, it's right off there on your right. We're in the berthing position, so you know.
Great. No, I didn't know where you ended up. I haven't looked up at that in a while.
Oh, sorry, the loop is closed out. 4J bolts are towards the end. I have a DOB cover and I guess Tom's retractable tether with.
Okay?
That's right. Now, let's see.
I think you're done, aren't you, KT?
Unless I can help Tom.
All he's going to do is strip off the MLI, get the 101, get the TA.
You probably start gathering stuff up. You're going to have a lot to... I guess we're just going to hand things off, though, right? Into the airlock?
Yeah, you know what I
I can... That's probably the quickest. I got to use this TA. Get P101, because I put the other one up. Should I take you to the airlock, Katie, now?
You know anything for you, Tom, or you'll need to start heading in?
I think if you head in and start bundling things,
Okay. Go out to the airlock,
it
Tom.
won't take me long on that MLI.
Find the peel. It is, I'll come back.
It was real simple. The other one was, anyway.
Kathy Thornton now wrapping up her activities. She's just been locking up the protective enclosure where the coprocessor was located. She's completing her task while Tom Akers completes gathering some insulation that will be used for a task tomorrow to help further protect the old magnetometers mounted at the top of the telescope. The two spacewalkers' time outside the shuttle thus far today is now 6 hours and 7 minutes.
Houston, Story 3VA.
Go ahead, Story.
Did you like that over-the-shoulder view that you had doing the DF at that rotation point?
It was great.
They were watching us?
We were watching so close we could see the expression on your face, Tom.
Well, think ahead towards 80 if you want us to rotate all the way or stop short of where we were in the DF today.
Yep.
Endeavor Houston for story.
Go ahead, Greg.
We'll come to you with a complete picture after the EVA, but for your info, as far as rotation goes, we want to leave the telescope tonight in the berthing position because we're going to do a reboost in the morning.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, story. Headed off here. Hey, KT.
Yeah.
You could try your hop-off trick. Going in and out of the airlock.
Yeah, if I get enough things configured, I'll do that.
Okay, store. I'm tethered to it. I don't like that. Wait.
Hey, Katie.
Yeah, looks like we need to go forward a little bit.
Forward.
Forward, yes, please. Hey, and I ain't got me down watching.
Okay, we hold you here for a second, Katie. Great job, Katie.
Thanks, you guys did a good too. I'm driving.
Okay, so
Look over here.
Oh, sorry.
Hey,
That's it, isn't it?
turret ground wires cut. Feeling down slowly. Okay. From the A flat side. Not touching the sticky stuff. My gloves. Okay, I got it all. Essex Ranch story, and I'm translational aid, and I'm heading home. Yes, sir.
Deborah Houston, we were with you on the flight deck. We didn't select it.
Button back.
It's nice to see you're back.
A story. This reedy reading worked great. Yes, sir. Okay. All right. Essex Ranch is on. TA to go. It's going to take a while to account for all our stuff here. That was a good thing is we just have to figure out what to leave. We've accounted for everything. Yeah, I don't think I'll be able to leave all the tethers because I need them to get in. Okay, well, that's not a problem. They can take them out. Good stuff. Okay, story. Starboard TA closed. Knob check locked.
looks okay.
Pardon?
Put it in the far.
Hey, Story, I think I'm ready to do my tether, right? Should I wait and come down? I think I'll wait. Well, no. I can do that and then just be tethered down by the hatch, KT. Right, to help you? Just while I'm here, Story. Okay. So we're supposed to hook back into this aft slider, is that right? The guy wire? I can't do that. That's my safety line. I'm just going to stick this slider in the cushion. Yeah, okay.
Put the guy wire on the aft slider.
Why?
That holds it there. We have to hit her, right?
Well, the Velcro holds it, you know, in the cushion.
Okay.
Yeah, because if I take it off, then I'm hooked to the guy wire now. Let's see. No, I'm still hooked here. I can do that. You're right. I've still got my right waist tether. Okay. That's a safer way to go. You're right, Storm.
You taught it to me.
I'm getting lazy in my old age. Okay, it's on the aft slider. I think the little keeper here probably would keep it in if you make it quarter turn faster.
A friendly fastener.
Up on the flight deck of Endeavour, crew fairly busy assisting the two crew members out in the payload bay. Story Musgrave in the blue flight suit, Commander Dick Covey in the red shirt, Claude Nicollier operating the robot arm.
Got it made. Fastened up on the aft slider for you. Okay, now undo my waist tether.
Okay, Story. Looks to me like I'm losing the extension board full except for one dead silhouette of a 2-inch. I have, another. Like I'm only leaving 2 retractables on the board. One 80-inch. And a 6-inch, a torque limiter, and a short adjustable spin. I think that's all.
I see it, KT.
I'm coming in with 2 retractables that probably should stay.
Kathy Thornton doing an inventory of the tools before she comes inside back into the airlock.
At the hand,
Those tools, again, will be used tomorrow for the 5th spacewalk of the mission by Story Musgrave and Jeff Hoffman.
I'll back in and we'll just hand stuff off, okay? Then I'll come back out. Do our standard thing.
Endeavour is currently moving across the southern portions of Texas on the 91st orbit of the mission. This orbit will take them across the Gulf of Mexico, skirting across the northern portions of Cuba and the Bahamas, before moving out across the Atlantic Ocean, traveling to the southeast, making landfall once again as it crosses the coastline of southern Africa. This is a view looking north across the left wing of the orbiter, again as Endeavour makes its way across southern Texas, just about to cross the coastline and move out across the Gulf of Mexico.
Hey, Clyde, can you drop me down, please?
Okay, take your time, Teddy.
Further to port also if you want, or is that okay?
A little bit further to port so we don't catch
Okay.
a little bit. A little more. Now, how about straight down? I'll watch the split restraint. Looks like
Okay, straight down.
let's come forward a little bit to clear the...
Kathy Thornton is preparing to climb off of the robot arm and move into the airlock.
You have to move about 6 inches forward.
The other spacewalking astronaut that will perform the 5th spacewalk tomorrow is Jeff Hoffman.
He's coming forward.
Okay.
Is that okay forward now, Teddy?
Yeah, you're clear. Good. Seven down. Looking good.
Okay.
Endeavour Houston.
Can I stop now?
Did you get any more down?
Yeah, a little more.
Endeavour Houston.
Go ahead, Houston.
Yeah, Covey, just wanted to get words to you that the DF has been brought back up and checked out. The DF itself is in good shape. They're checking out the coprocessor now.
Oh, good.
Very good.
So that's good here, Cole.
Okay.
Commander Dick Covey signaling receipt of the message from Greg Harbaugh here in Mission Control. The payload's community has confirmed that the onboard computer is in good health, and the payload community is in the process of checking out the new coprocessor, basically the upgrade to the computer, which basically will give it some more memory and also make computational inputs much faster. So all activities today thus far have gone very smoothly. The change out of the science instruments from the high-speed photometer, installing the new optical package, the corrective optics instrument called CoStar, was successfully installed and checked out. Later today, that instrument will be put through a functional test, which will ensure that the deployable optics bench, the 5 small mechanical arms that will be placed into the light path of the Hubble Space Telescope to correct the spherical aberration in the other 3 science instruments, will be checked out a little bit later this morning.
That's right. Supervisor Stringer.
I'm impressed. Okay, I got it.
Where's the rear center?
This view from Endeavour as the 2 astronauts begin to move back inside the airlock directly up the east coast of Florida. This is looking over the left wing of the orbiter.
2 off the R side, 2 off the fixtures. We're bringing in a DOB cover. We're supposed
The upper right is actually the southern tip of the east coast of Florida.
the F-224 handled in. Well, what's wrong with our nominal stuff?
Okay, that S6 wrench did get picked up.
Yes, I got it. I already put it on the tool bag.
Okay, we're all accounted for.
All right.
In addition to completing the pre-flight plan, the 2 crew members also were able to gather some additional insulation that will be fashioned into some new covers for the old or the existing magnetic sensing systems that were bypassed yesterday with the addition of 2 new units.
To see this to believe it, KT.
Is there any room for us?
Yeah, it's all little stuff. I'm going to take a little time to stick it in behind the tool bag.
I'll give you time before I come in then.
It's really bad, isn't it? Want me to do it from here? Here. Sending that to you. Okay. What's your turn on?
My power tool. There you go. left is me.
Where?
Yeah, I think all we have left is me.
Okay, you inventoried the MFR for storage?
Yeah. I think all we're short is 2 retractable tethers.
Okay.
And 180-inch.
Yeah, we got one to straighten up, huh?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a good place for a CRT. Stuff out of your way. Okay, I think that'll hold it up there, KT. Okay. All we got you?
That's it.
Okay, why don't you let me slide starboard. Okay. Tether there, so I'll come out like
Put this up.
pretty. Yeah, why don't you get comfortable in there today? Okay? All the big stuff is pretty well tied down. That MLI shouldn't bother you.
Alright.
KT, you hear Storm?
No, I don't hear him.
He doesn't hear you, Storm.
Ask her, I think I see the tether between the MFR and the RMS.
Yeah, I haven't gone and done tethers yet, Storm.
Okay, thank you.
I've got to still get KT off and do that. We're looking in the airlock here, making sure things aren't going to tangle us coming in.
Thank you.
Thanks for the reminder, though. What do you think, KT?
I'm tethered already.
Yeah, those handles came out. What do you think back there? You going to be able to get in position?
In a second.
Okay. Or you want me to go do tethers?
Go do tethers.
All right.
I think we'll be alright.
Okay. All right. Here we go. You're tethered up, right?
Yes, sir, I'm tethered.
Okay. forgot to ask about going taking pictures, and nobody suggested it. I guess we better quit, huh? Just not much on the cameras, are we, KT? Nope. KT, my right west tether is to your safety tether. I'm going to get the MFR tether. Hey, Story? Yeah? Look out the window at my left finger. I just noticed that.
Was that there by itself?
Yep, I don't know where it came from.
Like a Band-Aid.
Yep. Okay, MFR untethered from the arm, and the tether is stowed. KT's tether is off. Untethered. Guy wire is done. Come down and do the little tether reel box.
Tom Akers now preparing to climb into the airlock. He's distinguishable by the diagonal red stripe that's located on the pant legs of his suit and on the backpack up on the corner of his backpack.
It's made, okay. All quarter turn fasteners are made. KT. Looks good here, Story. Snaps are made on the reels locked. Okay, KT. Right to right. So, I'm going to turn around and come in this way. Well, I guess we're going to have to close this pretty picture up, KT. We're closing the thermal cover, Story. I'll get her water next. Is that right? You want to read us the rescue card? I'm getting the thermal cover now. Okay.
Water off, thermal cover closed.
Okay, water off, KT. Hey, water's off.
Thermal cover and hitch.
Okay, working on the thermal cover. Thermal cover's done. How you doing there, KT? Good. Okay, ready to close the hatch. Yep. We unlatched.
Both crew members now inside the orbiter. Tom Akers and Kathy Thornton just wrapping up today's spacewalk. Time of the spacewalk thus far, 6 hours and 45 minutes. They're now in the process of closing the hatch cover, the outer hatch of the orbiter Endeavour, and will soon be hooked up to the orbiter's internal system and ready for the repressurization of the airlock. The airlock is depressurized down to the vacuum of space before they go outside. And once inside the airlock and the hatch is closed, the cabin atmosphere and the airlock will then be matched such that the inner hatch can be opened and they can climb back inside and get out of their spacesuits.
I'm sorry, too.
I'm not hearing whatever you
I'm
said.
sorry, KT. DMC cover.
Okay. 1.
2.
And when you're ready, connect the SCU to the DMC.
Okay, SCU, KT.